20% at 102. Our next guest credits the new female Viagra pill with saving her marriage. Amanda Parrish was part of the FDA clinical trial. Amanda Parrish, come on in. We appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
How long did you take the pill for?
I took flibanserin for about 9 months.
And what was the effect?
Well, it returned my desire for sex. It gave me that oomph and that want my husband again. So it was really, for us, relationship saving.
It was noticeable. Forgive me for prying here, but it was noticeable, was it?
Oh, it was very noticeable. It took about 2 weeks before I first noticed the effects. And so for a year or so, I had not been initiating and had not been, very amorous. And within about 2 weeks of taking the pill, it was like a light switch went off in my head. And driving down the road, felt that flutter and started texting my husband.
Okay. Were you suffering from that condition? I've forgotten the exact name of the condition, a lack of sexual drive, I guess it is. Were you diagnosed with that condition before you went into this clinical trial?
I was. I had to have the diagnosis of HSDD, which is hypoactive sexual desire disorder. I had to have that diagnosis before I could go on the clinical trial. So I had to, answer a very thorough questionnaire and get a clinical diagnosis of HSDD first.
Okay. Now, there's all kinds of side effects that we're warned about with this pill. Did you suffer any side effects at all?
I was very lucky. I didn't experience any side effects, at least none that I knew about. The drug is dosed at bedtime, and I was, given directions to take it at bedtime, and if I missed a dose, to not take it. So I didn't. I'm also one of the 60% of women on the clinical trial that's a disclosed social drinker. So I continued to drink alcohol like I normally would socially while I was on the clinical trial, and I never had an issue.
Am I right in saying that if you stop taking this pill, there's no effect any longer? So you've got to take it as long as you want that effect. Is that correct? You
do. It's a daily pill. It's not something that you take on demand. But as a female, I'm pretty used to taking pills. I took birth control pills for a long time, so I'm used to taking things every day.
You're comfortable with this? Are you going to continue to take it?
Absolutely. I cannot wait for October or whenever it's going to be available. I'm going to have an appointment already scheduled at my doctor.
Okay. Last point. You say it saved your marriage. Would you like to elaborate?
Well, we were just at a critical point. We weren't married at the time, but we had been dating for 4 or 5 years, and we were at that point because this issue had come up and we were not communicating about it. We were sort of at the point where we were trying to decide, is this going to work or not? And so once I got the diagnosis and realized what was going on, then I was able to communicate it to my now husband, and he was able to understand what was going on. So it really opened up a whole new level of dialogue for us.
Amanda, thank you very much for appearing on our program today. It's a very important subject, and we appreciate your presence here today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.